So, guys, like we all know that we come here to discuss certain topics on how to ace your career.
Absolutely.
It's more meant for, both of us specialize in midlife stage, which is 12 to 15 years of career stage. At that stage, we
Absolutely.
work on professionals who are stuck in their career, stagnating, or probably are wanting a promotion or a greater hike, or looking for a new job, a dream job.
Also, for the new people who are here, let's introduce ourselves. Okay. So, I'm Dheeraj, and I'm a life coach, career coach, business coach, and a spiritual coach.
And I'm Nutan. I'm a career and a life coach. And together we form ND Life Coaching,
Absolutely.
coaching people in every aspect of their life,
Yeah.
but more precisely on career,
Career. Yes.
so that every other area of life is really taken
Taken
care.
care. Absolutely.
And that is the reason we come here every Friday to provide these pieces of advice just in half an hour, absolutely for free, so that people who are here, who've been loyal to the target that we have been catering,
People who have been following us, we feel that, especially the LinkedIn group, which has supported us so much, so we feel that it becomes a complete moral responsibility for our end. That why not? So we started in one-on-one coaching. Then COVID came. Then we went live. Then we said let's do workshop. We do also workshop. We do group coaching, and then we realized that we need to give more to people because not everybody has time. Not everybody can afford. So why not go every Friday live, free, to help more and more people. So here we are today, and today's topic is really amazing.
So, how to really change your job or industry? Basically, today we are going to talk about how to switch careers.
Careers.
You may be in a different direction and you want to take a different direction.
Yes.
How do you do it? Before we start, I would like to tell you all that if you have any questions regarding this topic on switching careers, please post to us on the comment section. Even those who have not introduced themselves can introduce themselves and post their question.
Yes.
We will keep 5 minutes to answer if you have any questions live here for the answers related to anything what we are sharing or anything that you have specifically related to your career in this topic.
Absolutely. Welcome Nagesh and Naksen and welcome Anish. Thank you very much for joining. Yes.
Great. So if any one of you is wondering if you want to change your job or industry, why? Because most of the times,
Are do you suffer from headaches? Is there tension in your muscles? You're always exhausted or bored. You're not able to focus at your work. If you're spending your time at your desk, if you're twirling your hair around your finger, if you're Googling jobs, bookmarking interesting companies in your browser, you're often reading about lives and career people you admire to distract yourself from your own job and wondering wistfully what it might be like to work in that industry, that role, then you need to get out of your job, my dear friend, because this career is not of interest to you.
so guys, many a times I've seen this, that when people come to me for a complimentary session or where they are wanting to interact in
Yeah.
our workshops, the question is that only, that they are unhappy at the place that they are. And thanks to Google, Baba, it keeps promoting so many things. So they keep Googling these jobs. What kind of career? They have a dream career in their mind. They look at people who are really enjoying their career, doing so well in the industry, and they often at times feel sad, at times feel jealous that, oh, they are doing so well and I'm not being able to do it. But it is so damn difficult to really think of shifting careers.
Career altogether.
The risk attached with it, the comfort zone with the money that is coming in, the known set of people, all that, to break that and to go to something which you're either truly passionate about, or even if you don't know what it is,
Yes.
but you know one thing, that you're unhappy here, taking that jump, that leap of faith, is something which is very, very difficult. And that is why, even if you've been wanting this for a year or 2 or 3 or 5 years, you've never really gathered the courage to make it happen. But let me tell you one thing, in the current era that we are living, in the age that we are in, it's absolutely possible
Yes.
to switch your career. It can definitely be done. I will yes say that it has its own cost to pay, but if that's going to lead me to happiness and joy, more fulfilling life, exciting relationships, amazing money, then why not go ahead and take the risk?
I think the cost is very less as compared to the joy, happiness, and fulfillment that you will get when you will shift your career. So instead of being where you are and being miserable day by day and carrying that unhappiness in your house, in your family, in your friends, in society, it's better that you take the step. Stop procrastinating and immediately take a decision and step, because action is what is required to produce results.
So let me start with an example of one of our doctor friends.
Yes.
He's the one who would be handling the ICU department of a hospital.
Yes.
Now he's very passionate about what he does, and he used to tell stories about how he saved lives and working in emergencies and reaching there at any point of time, 24 hours on the job.
Yeah.
Very committed to contributing towards the society.
What a noble profession.
And we all know, right? Doctors really, and generally heart specialists, neurosurgeons, all these people.
Yes.
They're really out there contributing to people's life, saving lives. But as he started coming in his 40s, he started experiencing these signals, what we just spoke about,
yes.
right? Headaches, not really happy. Though when he would get into the hospital, he would be on. But once he's back home, he would really feel exhausted.
Yes.
And he would really miss that his daughters were growing up. He never had the time to spend with either his wife or his daughters. So he kept challenging this negative feeling that, no, how can I do this? I've got educated, I've got the degree, I can serve people, I can save lives. How can I take a step back? So that guilt, that what if I, take a step back and not do something which I'm designed for. But then when it came to his own vital medical conditions, he then decided he'd better move or shift into something which will be more comfortable.
Absolutely.
So, it'll be unbelievable for you, all of those who are hearing. He went on to take a course for nutrition. Of course, it was related to some specific medical conditions.
Absolutely.
Like severe diabetic, when they've gone through a bypass, all these kind of serious illnesses, or you're going through cancer, what is the nutrition pattern that you should follow,
yes,
so that you can deal with all the medication. So these kind of specific ailments he went into, he started doing this nutrition. He was still contributing to the people. But because of this effort that he took of enrolling into a course abroad, learning the nutrition while he was really handling the ICU department, 3 years down the line, he's a happy soul. No rush hours.
No emergencies. No night awaking. No going crazy. Okay? Very limited and planned hours of work. Contributing to his patient's life. At the same time, he's able to do so much. And he has so much of time now to do what he wants out of his life.
So I would like to ask you, all those who have joined us here today, are you not satisfied with the role you're playing in your current job? Or
are you unhappy with the work culture, with the management?
There's a client of mine who was really happy. I said this in the last I think it was 3 or 4 sessions back. I also gave his example. Very happy, got his dream job, got into the organization, and then realized the work culture was really very toxic.
Absolutely.
And first, we all feel that we'll be able to fight it. Let's stay there. Let's see how we progress. But came a point where he couldn't really meet ends, and he took a shift. Today, he's really doing well in his life. Or probably you're suffering from work-life balance.
Yeah.
I remember one of my clients who's she contributes majorly to the finance of the house. So as good as being a single bread owner of the family.
Yes.
And that is why she was into a job which was just not giving her time for anything. Monday to Saturday, working from morning 8 to night 11. And Sundays also there are con calls, so there are client visits.
And then month end and the big day, it just doesn't end.
And if you say that you cannot be there, then the only option that comes from the company is
put your paper down.
So, going through that stress all the time, she put on weight, she's missing her family life. She, again, with health comes complications. As you age, you can't deal with it. Finally, she took the courage to move, and not only move from the job, but move industry. Because that industry demands this kind of lifestyle.
Yes.
So if you're suffering from work-life balance, or you feel there are lack of opportunities in your current role,
or in the industry itself, or you have the circumstances which have changed altogether.
So, for example, women generally go through this.
Yes.
They're full-fledged in their career. They're really doing very well. They're growing. And there comes a time when they have to choose the choice of being a mother or the choice to pursue a career which you're really passionate and ambitious about. So one of my clients was going through this phase where time came, she was married for a few years, she wanted to take that next step of becoming a mother. The husband was very keen. Also, from what she has seen in her childhood, she was always very clear that she always wants to stay financially independent, be a support system for the husband. So, how to make it happen? We worked through a career transition from being a full time employee to being a full time entrepreneur. The beautiful phase and transition that happened, that as she stepped out of her job slowly, working towards transiting on becoming a full time employee using her
Yes.
existing skills, she gave birth to her child. She was focusing more on raising the child. She slowly started working on her business, and today the kid is 5 years old.
Yes.
And she's absolutely well settled in her business, having 4 verticals that she's running.
And more than that, she's earning more than what was her salary.
Absolutely right.
Also, are you feeling stagnant in your current role?
So one of my clients is going through that currently. She was really very happy, switched her job, but now what she's doing, 1 year's time, she's learned everything. She doesn't see anything that will help her grow. No challenges. It's all become very monotonous, and she's looking for a career change.
So, all the people here, I want you to wait for a second, okay? Hold yourself here. And all those who are going to watch, pause here. And I want you to do one exercise. If all these, what we have given reasons where you're stuck, if it is yes, then there is only one thing to do, and that is to decide to change your job or industry, by and large, switch your career.
So, one of my clients, I love giving stories because that's how you understand
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
point very well. So, one of my clients was an engineer. 2 years into work life as an electronic engineer, he was absolutely bored. Had changed 3 jobs in 2 years, but he was still unhappy.
Yes.
He always enjoyed his time in his kitchen. So he explored his passion by starting a cafe. And he was so passionate about coffee making that he did so well that he was actually covered by the local newspapers about how beautifully he's doing and how people are buzzing in there and sitting there enjoying their cup of
Absolutely.
coffee.
Everybody was happy, everybody was enjoying, people had a gala time, he was giving them great coffee. But 3 years down the line, what happened is that he went through losses. Okay, the business went to huge losses because he was so passionate about serving coffee, he was not able to understand the economics and the dynamics of the business, and that's where he went to losses. And he was in the stage where he wanted to get married to his love girlfriend, his amazing girlfriend. But because of this, and plus he had to take care of his parents. Now he was not able to do that for the last 2 years. Imagine, I love this girl, she's wanting to marry me, I want to marry her, I want to take care of my parents, but I'm not able to because I'm not making that kind of money. That's the time when he met us. And we worked out in such a way that he could get a stable income and also enjoy working. And fast forward 5 years today, he's so happy in his job, happily married, and fulfilling all his responsibility as a son. Because he got a job, the idea of cafe was to connecting to people. What we realized, it's not only more than the passion about the coffee, it was about every day when people used to come, youngsters used to come, he used to connect to them, and that's what he loved. And that's what we got him into. A job where he has to connect to people, be with people, and that's why he's doing so successful today.
So if you're also wanting to change your career and are going to and fro on that decision but not being able to do it, the reasons could be various.
Yes.
One of them could be you lack the confidence to make that switch, or you're not motivated enough to make the change.
Absolutely. Second, you may not have the right skill or the experience required for the change.
Now you will ask that I'm wanting to switch career. Where will I get the experience? Obviously, you will not have experience, right? So waiting for experience is not going to help you. You'll have to look into what you really want, and then how to replace that experience with your passion is what is the way to change your career.
You may not have the money to sustain your current requirements of life, and that is very crucial. because many of us were in a situation or are in a situation where they have families to take care, they have responsibility. So you just can't take a random kind of decision. So that's one more reason why many people I know are not able to, because there's not enough money to sustain.
You may also be wanting to change this job, but probably what's coming in the near future is stopping you from making the change. For example, you want to get married, or you're planning to buy a house, or you're wanting to become a parent, and you know that
Absolutely.
in a few months, additional responsibility is going to come where I will need this money that is coming to me. I cannot take the risk at this
So this
stage.
could be the reason. So there are various reasons could be there. Also, one of the biggest reason is that you're not clear that what is that you exactly want to do. Though you are not happy where you are, but you're not also sure what is going to make you happy. And that is why many a times though we are unhappy, but we don't know what is going to make us happy. And that's why we are not able to take that decision of, doing a complete career shift.
So, if you're wanting to change, then the first question is, are you wanting to do a job, or you're wanting to work for yourself? Or
Both.
today, hybrid model has become one of the key trends, and the way things are moving. So probably you're wanting to do both. Probably weekend you want to do something which is your passion,
Yeah.
and 5 years you want to work for the stable income.
Yes.
How do you really prepare yourself to make that change?
Yes. So are you ready, guys? So here we are going to give you 7 beautiful tips that are going to help you to get that shift, to get that change. Hi Rakesh, good evening. So welcome.
So Bhuvan, your question I will answer at the end. Thank you for posting the question.
Definitely going to answer that. First, commit to make the change instead of being in the stage of analysis paralysis. My dear friend, this is one of the biggest reason why people are not. Like I did a massive shift. Okay, I did a massive shift. I was working and I was really doing well as an employee. And then when I realized, no, this is not what I want, I just shifted. I did not think too much about it. I calculated certain things. I took that shift. I started my own business, and today I'm doing it. So many times I know people that they are too stuck into analyzing. And analysis, when you go deeper and deeper, you start seeing only the negative part of it, and then you realize, no, I don't want to do this. So commit. So which means take action.
So one more challenge today with so much of information information available, that it really sometimes becomes a drawback.
Yes.
I cannot take a decision because there are so many viewpoints.
Yes.
And most of them are negative.
अरे तूने इसका सुना क्या? अरे उसका तो डूब गया, उसका तो ये हो गया. This happened. So that is why many a time with so much of information, we are not able to make that change. We are not ready to commit. That's the first.
So which one should I go? This is really very happening. This is where the money is. This is where the trend is going. This is what people are doing. This is what is going to sustain in the future. Plus, in that particular thing which I want to do, there are hundreds of ways to do it. So there is so much of confusion and chaos, and that's why you get into a stage of analysis paralysis.
Absolutely. Second.
So too much of information, too much of researching, too much of questioning only will cause you confusion and chaos.
Or even too much of talking to people. Okay, simple example. There's a friend of mine. He had an eye problem and he went to 8 doctors. Can you believe that? And 8 doctors, and now he's confused. What do I do? I said naturally, because you should have gone to one doctor whom you believe, have faith, and do what he says.
So the first step is really commit to make that change. And then the next one is take massive and consistent actions.
I'll again repeat the word massive. Okay? Because massive action will produce massive results. So if you're like, for example, let's say, just giving an example. I want to reduce, I reduced 20 kg. Okay? So what did I do? I took that kind of massive action. Every day, 1 hour. I used to go out there and just burn out myself. Then I started having complete control on my diet. And that's how, in a span of 1.5 years, I could reduce 20 kg. But the good part is, I've still continued that. That was 16 years by and large. I've still maintained the same weight. Like, I'm so happy, I'm so excited to share this, that recently my doctor said, you know what, you're 3 kg underweight, please increase 3 kg. So that's what is a massive and consistent. Every single day I did it. And it's been now 16 years that I do that 1 hour of exercise and I maintain my diet.
Then when I said that you want to switch career, you're not even sure how to switch. naturally you have to go on to the stage of venturing, exploring what are the options available. Now, when you're exploring these options, obviously it's an adventure, right? You don't know what's going to come in.
Yes.
But believe me, friends, all of us have a basic instinct in life. And I feel when you're in the stage of exploring, you should always and always trust your instinct. Don't listen to people who are saying a no. And that doesn't mean I am not telling you to not listen to good advice.
Yes.
But listen to people who have done it, who are in the field which you're wanting to go, who are experiencing what you want to experience. These are the people which you
Absolutely.
take advice from. I have seen women going to their husbands who are not doing well, taking advice on career from them.
Yeah, even I know so many sons going to their fathers who've been government employed and asking them, you know what, how do I start my own business? What do I do? Now that sometimes is not a right place. So it's not that you don't love your family, you should love them, you should be with them, but seek an advice from an expert or people who've already done. Good evening, Santosh, welcome.
So explore options, but trust your instinct.
Absolutely. Fourth one, this is very important, okay? Remember, guys, there are no shortcuts.
So, this is a trend which we see currently floating because, again, thanks to the social media, which keeps promoting all of a sudden quick billionaire, quick blinness. And that is where I just did this. And in 6 months, I became a millionaire and making millions.
Most of the kids that I know that I talk to, they are in their 20s and their goal is maximum by 30, I should become a millionaire.
Well, that is too long you're talking about. They want to become a millionaire in 6 months and 1 year. They don't want to work for a salary. So if you're looking for shortcuts, there is no ways
that you can make this happen.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There is always one path which you need to walk, which we said. It is about commitment. It is about taking massive action. It is about trusting your instinct and then going full out, not expecting a miracle to happen tomorrow.
True.
Once you've frozen these options, then really craft your new story, craft your new narrative. What is that you're going to go to tell people? This is what I want to do. The passion, the energy flowing from within, the conviction of your life is going to get you that job.
Absolutely.
Or shift in your career if it is starting something as an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So that new narrative of your life is a must if you have frozen an option. That is a replacement of your experience, guys. If you are appearing for an interview which you have no experience, if that person who's interviewing you can see your passion, can see the amount of research you have done, can see your commitment, he will definitely offer you the job. So always remember, the story begins from here.
Yes.
And then it reaches out to people. If there is conviction, energy, passion, you will get a breakthrough.
Absolutely. Now don't depend, the sixth one, don't depend solely on your network.
Absolutely right. So, if you fail that these are the people I know, this is why I'll go, I'll ask for references and I'll make the change happen, and those people don't respond, story's over.
Story's over.
The other thing which I've seen, people who shift from employee to being an entrepreneur, they bring up a new product or a service and they reach out to people they know. If those people respond negatively, their enthusiasm, motivation dies.
Yes.
And the story of being an entrepreneur ends up in 6 months.
The first thing when I started my own business, I was very clear. I am not going to go in my circle, not even the immediate or close circle or far circle. I'm going to go out. That's why I came to Pune, a new city when nobody knew us, and we started a business here and we made it really successful.
And last and the final one, when you start a new path, you should know when will you exit if it is not working. Don't get too attached to that path. Remember, career is for you to be happy. Career is for you to be able to make an impact, contribute. Career is for you to make the money which can fulfill your responsibilities. True. So if all these categories and this aspects of career is not fulfilled, it's time to make a change. So I will try and tell it from my point of view. Same thing Dheeraj can give his example. We have worked together. How did we really make all these 7 points applicable in our life? So initially when I started my career, I went into an MBA degree. I didn't get a job, so I started by selling two-wheelers. But I was sure that I'm not going to continue this for long because it was institutional sales. I moved into it by taking another specialization. I went into MBA finance, and then for 11 years, I did every aspect of the financial world, whether it was investment sides or whether it was liabilities. So assets and liabilities, I covered both. Then came a time when I felt that, I'm only giving something to my clients which my company is giving me. I wanted to do more. I wanted to explore and give an entire portfolio, do financial planning for my client. That is the time I thought I would want to start my own financial business. But that was backed with the experience and the skills that I had gathered in the first 11 years of my work life. When we both decided, that's where we partnered that we wanted to start this business.
Yes.
Now, guys, when we decided this, like I said, you should know when to exit. The first thing that we took care was, if things don't work, in 1 year, we'll go back to our jobs.
We were doing very well. We knew that market is because we did so well in our current jobs that we knew that any given time we would get back our jobs because we were given that offer. Like my boss said, "Teko jab bhi aana hai to bol, this there'll be a job available for you." Same thing was her. So we had kept ourselves. We had given ourselves 1 year. That in 1 year's time, if we are not able to have a breakthrough, we'll go back again in our existing job.
But you know what? We were really committed. I think
Yes.
in 12 months, we'll give our best no matter what happens. Everything may go
Absolutely.
against us, but we will not take a step back within
In
that.
spite of my family not being happy with the decision that I took, they said, "How can you leave a job and such a great job, such good position, and how can you start something like this?" I said, "No, I'm going to do that." But 1 year, let me tell you, the massive actions that I'll tell you, every day I used to do 8 calls, and every day all 8 used to reject me. Because I was very clear, I'm going to do business with a certain HNI segment of people. And they were not giving me appointments, and 8 rejection every single day, which went on to 8 months.
So, both of us were working and giving our best. He was going all out there, talking and meeting to people, expanding his network. So we didn't depend on our network.
Yes.
We depended on a new network that we
set of
wanted to
people.
create because we were wanting people to receive us because we are professionals. We can give great advice, not because they know us and they're going to give us throw us some pennies.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to reach out and prove my gut that I know I can do it. So I was working on gathering my knowledge, increasing and enhancing my presentation skills. How can I deliver this even better? How can I deliver in the way my customer will understand? How can I understand his needs and give him a solution while he was out there on the field and really reaching out to people?
Every day. But after 8 months, we got our first breakthrough, which gave us a massive, through his one network, okay, we created a huge business.
So guys, we did commit to change. We took constant, massive actions. We trusted our instinct. I knew that I was really good in that field and I could do well. Even if I didn't know anyone, it didn't really matter.
Absolutely. And we were clear, there are no shortcuts. That's why every day, we were going on. In fact, 5 years, we would have traveled. I think I would have driven some few lakhs of kilometers because that's how extensively we traveled for business.
In fact, people really compromise on their values when they're doing business.
We didn't do that.
For shortcuts. But we remembered that long way is the best way to work.
Absolutely.
Because it gives you short results. So like Dheeraj mentioned, first 8 months, nothing came. But we stayed there, we persevered, we built our network, and we started getting business.
Yes.
But because of that, date that we had decided that if it doesn't work, we are going to exit. We gave us that 12 months, we took all these 7 steps, and we really built a massive portfolio. The second shift that we made in our career was when we moved from financial planning, portfolio management to life coach.
Yes.
There again, I went into all these steps.
Yes.
I knew what I loved to do. I knew what gave me passion and energy, and so was with him. It was all about reaching out and helping people in every area of their life. We committed, we really poured in all our energy, money, time into learning.
Learning so much. I think 12, I didn't study ever in my school and college what I studied in the coaching business. 12 hours we were studying, okay? massive actions there. And then we didn't depend on our network. We said, we're going to go all out there and reach out to people.
And this time we had created our finances so stably
Yes.
that even if we are not making the money, we are fulfilling our passion for a certain amount of time, our life will still run. We'll not have to compromise on our lifestyle.
Hi, Nilanjan. Good morning. Okay. So,
Okay, I don't know from which part so you would be saying good morning. So it's not easy to do all of this on your own.
yes.
So one crucial thing, like, when we started this business, we were there with each other and we backed up when we were going low. Our motivation to each other, we reached out to people who could guide us. So find someone who can help you in this change.
Yes.
If you have some options in mind, then reach out to the people in that role or industry and find out what does their day at work look like. Many times looking at it from far, we may feel it is very beautiful, amazing. Like we say, the grass is greener on the other side. So it should not happen that you really don't know, you're just looking at it superficially, but the actual work is not something which you're interested in. So please look out for people, reach out to them and find out what is that they're actually doing when they say this designation. It's not easy to remain motivated or fight the fear of risk. So all out, go and search a mentor or a coach who
Absolutely.
can help you switch in that career. And for the answer of Bhuban, you asked me if it's a strong reference than skill to crack an interview. So let me tell you, both of them are very crucial.
Yes.
A reference will not have if you don't have the right skill set.
Skill.
And you have the right skill set, but you don't have your network whom you can reach out to, then also getting a job is really difficult. Believe me, we all keep uploading our resumes on various portals and keep waiting for months and years and you don't get the right kind of job. The right kind of job happens through professional
So,
networking.
Bhuban, I would like to add here that through a reference, you might get an interview. You also might get a job because it's somebody's company and somebody's hired you, but you can't sustain it. Like, if you remember, earlier days there used to be ki saale ko hire karna hai. Okay, that was, but that person could not sustain because he didn't have the skill to perform. So without a skill set, he'll not be able to perform. That's why it's important that, of course, both are equally important.
So you can't replace each other. You have to have both of them if you want to crack an interview, not only crack an interview, but sustain in that job and grow in that job.
Yes.
So please continue to build your professional network and continue to build on the skills towards the direction of the career that you're wanting to head.
Bhuban, thank you very much for the question and I hope we have answered it. Yes.
So guys, this is it from us, from ND Life Coaching.